Joining us now is Andrew Eborn, barrister, broadcaster and president of Octopus TV. Andrew Eborn, it's wonderful to see you again.
It's always wonderful to see you, Gabriella.
And what bombshell royal news we had over the weekend that Prince Andrew has now relinquished the Duke of York title following scandal after scandal and, of course, the ongoing fallout from his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein and the release of Virginia Giuffre's memoir. Now, Prince Andrew has, of course, denied all allegations against him, but let's just look at what's been detailed in Virginia Giuffre's memoir. There are, of course, more allegations of abuse, revelations about her encounters with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and his former girlfriend Ghislaine Maxwell, and it also goes into how Virginia Giuffre really wanted accountability, Andrew.
Yes, absolutely. And that's the biggest theme of this. She wants accountability. 367 pages in total. And it's a gut punch of a memoir. And if she saves one person from silence, then she should be crowned the real queen. That's what she wanted. And she details all sorts of things. She talks about how she first met Ghislaine Maxwell when she was working at Mar-a-Lago as a towel girl, just being paid a few dollars an hour. And basically, Ghislaine said, look, I could offer you a job as a masseuse. Come with me. And she was then introduced to Epstein, and Epstein was naked apparently, and she said, look, just copy what I do. And she was then abused in that sort of situation. She then also details about the first time that she apparently met Prince Andrew, something Andrew denies, but it was in March 2021. She was woken up and told, today's your lucky day, today you're going to be Cinderella, you're going to meet a charming prince. Well, charming prince indeed. That was apparently the first time that she met him. They also detail some harrowing examples. She claims that she had sex with Andrew at least 3 times. Andrew obviously denies that, as you say. One of those, however, was in an orgy with 8 other girls. And what Virginia says is that those girls couldn't speak very good English. Epstein said it was good because they're easier to control, basically. And what happened, they were then abused with Epstein and Andrew in that orgy. As a result of it, she suffered some quite physical damage, and she was bleeding and so on and so forth. And she apparently went to get some medical care, and her memory of it is fairly hazed because she said she woke up in that haze and she wasn't quite sure what had happened. But she felt that there was an incision. And she was told that she'd had a miscarriage. That's what Epstein told her, because they didn't use condoms, apparently. And what happened is she had this miscarriage, but it wasn't necessarily a miscarriage. Another person said it could have been an ectopic pregnancy. But I've interviewed some people on my show, one of the victims, somebody called Juliet, who claimed that actually one of the things that hasn't been talked about is Epstein and some medical research that he might have done. And he might have been harvesting eggs from these different victims. And that's something which also needs to be looked at. But other revelations, horrendous, as you say, Gabriella. There's discussions about sadomasochistic sex. She says Epstein developed an interest in this, and he used experiments with whips and restraints and other instruments of torture. And she would just cause so much pain that she prayed that she would black out. One of the other horrendous things about Andrew is they talked about these internet trolls and this smear campaign that apparently Andrew was doing, this desperate digital dirty tricks to dodge accountability. And apparently Andrew hired trolls and also gave out her date of birth and social security number to try and dig up the dirt on her, so much so that the police are apparently looking into those allegations. But the biggest theme, and the thing that she sort of finishes on, is saying, look, about accountability. She really wants these people to be held to account.